I started working with how to manage a small law firm about 4 months ago. The reason why I looked into this program is because my law firm numbers year over year for the last 3 years or so had remained stagnant. I was getting frustrated and I felt like I had done all that I could do or knew how to do as a lawyer to get those numbers up, and it just wasn't happening. It took me a year to actually sign the paperwork and join HTM. And now that I'm a member of HTM, I'm very frustrated at myself that I let it go on so long as I did. But there's been absolutely no resistance since joining. I knew that if I was going to be dedicated to signing my name on the dotted line for HTM, that I was going to have to play all in, and I wasn't ready to do that until I actually signed. And now that I'm here, I'm all in. The big lie that I was telling myself before coming into how to manage was that everything that could be done was being done to run my business successfully. I felt like I had pulled out all the stops and wasn't really sure, at this point where I could go or what to do. And the big lie was that this was the law firm that I was going to have. This is the size that it was going to be. This was the amount of money we were going to make. I'd already seen that year over year for the last 2 or 3 years, and was just under an assumption that there really was nowhere to go from here, that we had reached the top. HTM has been very instrumental in helping me get my business plan together. It's been very nice to have an advisor. I'm not a part of the CEO plan. I am on the wait list for that. Another disadvantage of waiting so long to join HTM. But I do have an advisor that I can regularly speak with, which has been nice. And I have bounced ideas off of him and been able to really just hone in on exactly what needs to go in that business plan to make me in this firm successful in the next year. We're able to have a plan in place. I like that it's October and we already have our business plan together for next year. So I see marked improvement in the business already, and it gets me excited about where we're going to go next year and in the years to follow. Becoming a member of How to Manage has affected my personal life. It required me to get really, really laser focused on my goals and what I wanted and not speak in generalities. And so I did that. And I think it's probably the first time in my life that I've gotten really laser focused on what do I want out of life. And for the first time in my life, I finally see a path on how to get there. Mindset is everything in building the business, I've learned. I didn't realize that was such an issue before coming into HTM, that a lot of what my problems were mindset problems. The stuff that we're learning in HTM it's redundant. We already know how to do this, but we're not doing it. And that's part of that is a mindset issue. We either don't believe that it'll work, or it'll work for everybody else, but it won't work for our firm. And I told myself a lot of those things before coming to HTM. Again, another reason why it took me so long to join, because I was telling myself those lies that, it works for everybody else to increase their revenues, but it won't work for me. Or it works for everybody else to have a business plan and have a budget, and it actually makes sense and enable them to grow their firm, but that won't work in this law firm. And it's simply not true. And once you get past those mindset issues and get out of your own way, you really start to see the business growing. Looking back on this, it's a no-brainer to enroll in HTM. And in fact, that's, I've already recruited friends to join HTM as well in the short time that I've been a member of HTM, because I've seen what it's done for me in both my personal life and my professional life. And I don't want, friends and colleagues that I really care about to go without a program like this in their life as well. The thing that surprised me most is how friendly all of the members are, and how friendly the staff is. I was really concerned about how I would be treated, given the lack of knowledge that I had as a baby business owner, so to speak. But that has definitely not been the case at all. Everyone I've talked to has been eager to help, has been super friendly. And I just really feel like HTM is a no judgment zone. And I'm glad that I've finally found a program that will not only help me in my professional life, in my business, and being able to serve other employees who become part of our team and making their lives better, but also being able to go and have an impact on the world. And that's always been something that I've aspired to do. And now I feel like I have a program that is helping me make that happen.